Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm grateful that you're going to be joining us for another episode today. If you have been feeling the heaviness of the world lately, you are not alone in that. It's truly everywhere. It's on the news, it's in our communities, in the heaviness and conversations that we're having with our friends and family. There's this deep undercurrent of tension, heartbreak, fear, and uncertainty that so many of us are navigating. And in the middle of all that, I know there are some people who see a show called Project Joy Live and think, how could you possibly talk about joy right now? But this show, this space is more important than ever. Not because we're ignoring the pain or pretending that everything is perfect, but because we're choosing again and again to come back to what keeps us human, to what keeps us grounded, to what keeps us going. This is what joy is. It's not fluff, it's not naivete, it's an act of defiance against hopelessness. It's the heartbeat that says, I'm still here, I'm still feeling, and I'm still choosing to live with purpose. But here's the truth, and I've said this so often recently, you have to be willing. If the willingness isn't there, the joy won't find a place to land. It's not about pretending things aren't hard. It's about being willing to look for the joy anyway, to make space for it, to let it in, and to truly be it, even when and especially when the world feels as heavy as it does. So that's why we're here this morning and every morning that we show up here to remind ourselves and each other that joy is always within reach, but only if we are willing to reach for it. So let's get into today's show. Let's talk about the changing colors of fall with Miss Brittany, the shifting energy around us, and how we can tune into it all with purpose, with heart, and yes, even with joy. Let's get started.
I've been trying, and I've been lifting myself up, yeah, I've been climbing. After the world swallowed me up, and I'll keep fighting. As long as I'm alive, no, I'm not saving what's inside me for the other side.
Hello, my friends. Good morning to you. And as I said, happy Friday. It's Fun Friday today. That means we're going to have some fun. Is that obvious enough for us today? I'm not sure, but we're going to have some fun. Miss Brittany's joining us. We were supposed to have a show with Miss Brittany. Let me adjust myself here. We're supposed to have a show with Miss Brittany on Monday, but I was not feeling 100%. And the wonderful thing in all of this is, I shared on Wednesday about having been on the community building panel during the World Building Expo, that was over what day was Tuesday. And the beautiful thing is about community is that people will often, when you get to know each other and all of that, you stick up for each other and you show each other um what's possible, and you show each other that things are okay even when we may be caught up in our own stuff, like that it's not going to be okay. And so I was talking to Brittany Sunday night, and I was not feeling well, and she said, well, we could just wait. And I'm like, no, we can't wait. I'll just wait until I'm 100% that I'm feeling 100%. And she's like, no, we could just wait. And so we did. We waited, and that was great. And I appreciate her. And that's part of like I said, it's part of the beautiful thing about being in community is having that space for each other in that way. So Miss Brittany is here today, and we have some folks visiting us in the comments. Let us know what is bringing you joy today. Up first, we have Jason Lansing. It's been a minute. How are you? Let me know how you're doing. And happy September to you. Good morning, Joanne. Good to see you today. And I love your sunflowers. They're so pretty. So I'm glad you're here with us today. And with that, let's get Miss Brittany on the stage, everybody, so that we can start our conversation. Good morning, Miss Brittany.
Good morning. That's such a vibe.
It
Thank you
is.
for creating it.
I mean, I may have to add the whole little "it's Brittany" bit at the end because I'm missing that too. So we
Yeah.
may have to figure coming soon to to the next season, perhaps when I'm not juggling 9 million things. How are you today, my friend? It's good to have you back in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I'm feeling great and feeling so much gratitude for being here with you and coming back.
Yes, it's very good, and we're getting into the season where I'm not hot all the time, so I'm not gonna be
Yes,
sweating through
that's
the
good.
show. Though, Brittany was showing me the other day a new couch she got that looks warm and cozy. Do you want to tell the people about this couch because I'm so afraid for the summer for the
Yeah,
couch.
I okay, so this I was not expecting for this couch. When we ordered the couch and chair, I was expecting it to be a little bit fluffy and big, but it is complete has completely taken over the living room, which was the opposite of what I wanted to do and the opposite of the color that I want. But here we are, and I'm sitting on it right now as we speak, and I'm so cozy.
I could see it looks to me in the photo like I could just curl up with on it on a winter day, but I am concerned. I'm concerned for the
Yeah.
summer.
I'll just okay, so here's the pillows that go. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but it's
It's hard to see because
literally
it's fluffy as hell.
yeah, and it's literally this is the couch too. This is the couch is the same way. So it's super soft and everyone loves it. So we'll see how it goes for the summertime.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get a phone call that says, Jessica, I'm coming up to you and sit on your cold floor. That's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Good morning, Danielle. Good to see you here this
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, Teresa. It is a cozy couch. It's a winter couch. It's a winter couch. I wonder if there's people around the world that do that, that have like a winter couch and a summer couch.
That would be interesting.
I could be down with that. I could be
Yeah.
down. I don't
I
know
just
where the
don't
hell
want to
I'd put
move
this
it.
stuff. I
But
know.
yeah, I just don't wanna move it. Everyone like, have movers bring it in and then go take it and drop,
Yeah,
it off in the store, yeah.
yeah. Very true. All right, guys, let's get into our joyversation of today. All right, our joyversation question today. What color, scent, or scene reminds you of fall? What color, scent, or scene reminds you of fall? Go, Brittany.
Pumpkin spice, that's the first thing that came to mind, and apples and cinnamon. Those are the 2 scents. The colors, of course, are very grounding, earthy colors like browns, deep reds, things of that nature, deep oranges, things of that nature. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the scene of like leaves changing always reminds me of fall. I like the pumpkin picking and the apple picking. And I told you guys that, the test of the official fall season here in my area is when Clyde Cider Mill opens. And Danielle went without me, and I'm very upset about that. So um so those are the things that remind me. I don't think that my the colors of fall uh are beautiful in the fall, and it's interesting how I love the changing of the leaves, but they're not actually like any of my favorite colors per se,
Yeah.
but yet they're so beautiful when they start to change and all of that. Um so yeah, it's those are some of my favorite things. Danielle said apple cider, browns, reds, and yellow,
Mm.
and oops.
Yeah, deep.
I still love you. We went and had a good time the other night. Um, Fall has a distinct vibe. The sights, the sounds, the smells are quite remarkable compared to spring and summer. I agree.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, Now we have a pretty fall in Tennessee, Teresa said, but in California we had the Santa Ana winds that would blow all the tumbleweeds into huge piles. Well, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I remember about the Santa Anas though is from the movie The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Jack Black and Kate Winslet having a moment here where they swap houses. She's a director in Hollywood, and Cameron and then Kate has this little cottage over in Europe somewhere, and they swap houses for the holiday. And Kate's character gets to experience the Santa Ana winds and all of that. So that's what I remember about the Santa Anas, and then them talking about it in 90210 too. That's all I know about that. I've never experienced it for myself, but that's the stuff that sticks around in my eye. I know. I agree. We live in the perfect place for fall in New England. New England fall is absolutely the best, truly. And I think we get a good bit of fall because we start to feel fallish, like I said, right at the beginning of September. And because we haven't really had a lot of snow here or anything like that, it really just leads right into, I mean, going into November pretty much now. So we get a good few months of like the pumpkin picking, the apple picking, the cider, all of the outdoor things that we do around here. But you got to you got to wear a light jacket.
Yeah, it's my favorite time to go out at this time, especially to go to like visit these, scenic landscapes out here.
Yeah.
Because for one, it's not hot, so even if I have to hike, I'm not really sweating too much, like even if and also there's not a whole lot of people, so I don't have to worry about that. So being out in the fall, out in nature is probably my favorite.
I
It's just the vibe. Yeah.
It's definitely a time of year that's much easier for me to do outdoor activities. I love the summer here because we do the concerts and things like that. But there are times that it just gets too hot for me and I can't really do a lot physically because of the certain challenges that I have. So it's much easier for me in the fall to not just experience it, but really enjoy it. Like because I'm not sweating to death, I can move a little better and all of those things. So that's our joyversation of the day. Everybody, we're going to take a super quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the colors of fall and the energy it brings with Miss Brittany. We'll be right back after this.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It's Fun Friday, everybody. September 12th, 2025. I'm here with my fabulous co-host this morning, Miss Brittany Floyd, who in our virtual community, she leads mindful doodling every other Thursday. It's like a half hour meditation, doodle your heart out kind of thing. And then also leads craft circle in the community as well, where you can bring your own craft and all of that fun stuff. She's also an artist, a painter, does nails, all kinds of stuff. You don't
Yeah,
have all
all
day,
kinds of
Brittany.
stuff. Sorry.
Then- no, you're not.
Sorry, not yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
And so definitely come see her. You can visit her in her office in our community as well, and she can consult with you on different things that you might be needing more creativity in your life. And one of the things that Brittany's really good at is talking to us about the different energy of color. Now, I mentioned to you that although I love the changing of the leaves and I enjoy the colors of fall, the colors are not actually my favorite colors. So why don't you talk to us about what the different colors mean and maybe I can get to the bottom of why I don't like them.
Yeah, okay. So one of the things that I love about fall the most is how the colors shift actually.
Mm.
Summer is all about those, bright high energy colors, and then when you start to turn fall, it suddenly nature softens into oranges and reds, golds and browns. And for me it's like the earth itself is inviting us to slow down and find joy in the cozy grounding moments. So it's like it almost earth itself almost creates this atmosphere that feels warm and grounding and comforting and all of those things. And that is one of the things that I love most about fall. And really it's just an invitation to sit within, you know um, and find comfort within yourself. And maybe that's why, Jessica, that you love the colors so much, because it is cozy and comfortable. And I just the reds remind us of our courage and vitality, where orange can spark that creativity and warmth within us, and that golden yellow, which is so beautiful. It reminds me of sunflowers, truthfully. When I think of fall, I think of sunflowers too. And that also lifts our spirits with joy and gratitude. And where browns root us in stability and connect us to earth. So
Yeah.
I feel like all of those things is probably why you enjoy it. Maybe they're not your favorite colors, but it's comfortable and grounding.
Well, there's something to be said, and this is just coming to me. We talk a lot in about nature and sort of the perfection of it, how everything is cyclical, everything's just sort of like we talk about things being sort of right time and place with when it comes to nature. And I'm thinking about this with fall. How many people are challenged with things like seasonal depression, or they talk
Yeah.
about how the lack of daylight is a struggle for them, or what have you. Now, the interesting thing is, I don't, I don't have that issue because one, excess light bothers me. The sun is downright
Rude.
offensive sometimes. I'll go outside and I'll be like, "Ah," like it's just completely hor and I go and I'm like, "I'm grateful for you. Could you please turn it down about 10 notches," right? Um, but at any rate, a lot of people do have that issue going into the fall and winter time. Now, how amazing is it that nature is then providing those specific colors
Yeah. It's
and the
isn't
meanings that they have to help us get through that time. That's beautiful to think about.
Yeah, it really is. It's like, and that it just brings it back to how color is the healing frequency within itself, and Earth provides us for that, and when that's with every season, every colors, every season, it's inviting us to help us shift in that change and that transition of period of time in our lives, and really. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I can't even really put it into words when you really sit and think about how amazing that truly is, how it sets it.
Right. Joanne said fall feels like an invitation to come home. And I feel that every fall too. It's really like when we start going into fall, I just always start to get in this very I mean, I'm reflective anyway, but I
Yeah.
a more reflective space. Like, I start thinking about the things that I've done over the years and where I want to be, coming up and how I feel in the moment. Like I said, it's much easier for me to stay present when I'm functioning better in my body this time of year than I do other parts. So I feel that as well, Joanne. Danielle said, I need the sun. The sun brings me joy. I get it. And I
I
think
get it. Yeah.
it's easy too to like we can look up the when the peak of the sun is going to be during the fall and winter and just go outside for I think they say 10 minutes is like literally gets your daily value of vitamin D. So
Mhm.
10 minutes, like look up when the peak of the sun's going to be and just step outside for 10 minutes. I know it's cold, but it's okay. You could bundle everything up. You could look like South Park. Okay. You could bundle everything up except like just your face like this. And just put your little face up to the sun and that'll help. I mean it helps a lot
Yeah.
you just it goes back to what I was saying at the intro of the show. You have to be intentional about it and not find reasons to like, well, it's cold, so I'm not going to go out, or it's cloudy, so I'm not going to go out. You got to try if you want it.
Yeah, and I love how nature also just models letting go beautifully too. Also, because I feel like fall is that invitation to release and to let go and so just bundle up, step outside, and that cool crisp air is actually so inviting to you. It's like almost like when that cool hits and you go to breathe in, it's that deep breath, like it's just so cool and it feels like you can actually breathe where a lot of times in the spring and summer a lot of us have allergy problems, we can't breathe right, we can't do any of that stuff, but bundle up, go outside,
Yeah.
take a deep breath and let the sun hit that
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
And we're not talking about the obscene cold that happens when you're
Yeah,
by the water waiting for Santa to come on a tugboat.
we're
Um,
not talking about that.
as it starts to get a little chilly, that's what we're discussing today. Um, yeah, I love that too. The symbolism of letting go this time of year. And maybe that's a reason why fall is really meaningful to me too, because it almost gives me that permission that
Mhm.
because I've talked about this so many times, how much I hold on to things and how, um, uh, you know, I'm a very nostalgic person. And so were you there? Somebody said that I have
A what?
a, a museum of
A
people that
museum?
I'm literally like, I'm a museum. That's how someone referred to me. Who was there for that? I'm trying to think of who all was in the room. It might have been during the expo. It might have been, I can't remember, but there was somebody in the room was talking about how I'm apparently a museum and I keep people, and we were discussing putting people in the archives if necessary.
Yeah, if necessary.
If
Gotta do what
necessary, you got to put people in the archive sometimes. But so fall gives me a permission that I don't often give myself, like consciously, to go, okay, let's reevaluate, the relationships in your life and the circumstances that you're in and what things do you need to grasp on tighter to and what things you need to let go, what things need to stay the same. And we can see that in the trees as they start to shift
Mhm.
to go towards the season that shall not be named. That's what we're calling it now. Okay, I'm sorry, Joanne. The
Yeah,
season that
yeah.
shall not be named.
Fall, I think fall also is just proof, literally proof in the like with visually
Yeah.
that endings and letting go can just be just as beautiful as beginnings. And I was sitting here thinking before the show, right? We're sitting here, I'm thinking about trees because that's the thing that reminds me the most of fall is how the leaves fall and then, it changes colors right before they fall. And when they do actually fall onto the ground, the nutrients from the leaves that have fallen is actually soaking up to be revitalized for when it's time to bloom again in the spring. And I find that so so fascinating. Here we go with bloom.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that after the break. Keep going. I can't because I can't now.
Okay, okay. But I just find it so beautiful, and that's kind of like us too. Like we are, when we release things and we put it back into the universe, or however you want to put it. Then we make room for new things for us to. We've taken the lessons from the things that we have let go of, right? And then it is like kind of transforms inside of us. And I love how an earth and nature, or nature and us, are alike in that, and especially in fall. And it's beautiful, really, when you sit back and think about
Yeah. Yeah.
it. But
Teresa said, I know it's weird, but I enjoy the longer nights, especially if I don't have anxiety. So do you enjoy the longer darkness, Teresa? Is that what you mean by longer nights? Because there's so many people that during the summertime that they say that's what they enjoy is that it's lighter longer. Um, I don't know. I feel like if we're out at night and we're at a concert, it should be dark because it's night.
yeah, yeah,
Whatever, though, I will I know I'm in the minority on that, and that's fine. So all of that. So what we were laughing about is that so tell people about the page that you started and what you've been talking about and whatnot on there.
oh yeah. So basically, because I'm an artist, I began to think of like I am art too, right? And so I created a TikTok page called Brittany and Bloom. And do you, I don't know if I could.
She's gonna try, guys.
So Jessica sends me a message the other day, and she's like, every time I see you talking about Bloom, I think of my favorite movie, and she sends me this clip.
Yes. So my favorite movie is Meet Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland. And it's set way back in like excuse me, I believe the late 1800s. And but I could be wrong, could be early 1900s. Either way, it's similar, it's around that time. And obviously they spoke really different then, words mean different things then. And there's a scene where Judy Garland's character Esther and her sister are sitting at the mirror getting ready for this party. And Esther is such like she is boy crazy, she is a flirt, she is ready to go. And she was talking about the neighbor next door. Now, mind you, it cracks me up in this movie because she hasn't even met him yet at this point. Like she's seen him next door, but she hasn't like interacted with him at all. And she starts to say, I think I'm gonna let him kiss me tonight. And like she's like so excited about this whole thing. And her sister goes, Esther Smith, boys don't like that. They'll think the bloom is rubbed off. And so bloom back then meant innocence. It meant purity.
Yeah.
It meant like we don't do things with boys before we're ready to do things with boys. And so every time now Brittany posts something that says the word bloom in it, I die because I'm like it because if you take it in that context, it changes the entire meaning of
Entire.
what she posts. So that in itself has brought me a lot of joy in moments where I'm just minding my business and scrolling through social media.
I love the part in the clip though where she's like, "I think I have too much bloom." That's the
Yep.
part.
Yeah, when her sister goes to leave the room, that's what she says. I personally think I have too much bloom. So
Hmm, that was
there are
great.
moments I feel that way too. Anyway, moving on. So those are some of our thoughts about the fall time and how you can use the energy to the best of your ability. Any suggestions that you have before we finish out this segment of how they can embrace it, maybe if it's not their favorite time of year?
Oh, I actually have an affirmation here to share with everyone, um, real quick, and it it's as we move into the season. I invite the colors of fall to fill my spirit. I welcome red for passion and grounding, orange for creativity and joy, yellow for confidence and warmth, green for balance and growth, and gold for wisdom and abundance. I allow these colors to move through me, to light me up within, and to remind me that I am vibrant, resilient, and beautiful as the changing leaves. So I feel like when you are struggling a little bit, maybe intentionally using colors and inviting those colors into your life, you could see the transform within yourself and maybe find a little bit of joy in that.
Love it. I love it. Thank you. That was beautiful. All right. We're going to take a super quick break. And when we come back, we've got birthdays for you. So don't go anywhere. You showed at work.club. Peekaboo.
I'm back.
All right, you guys. Let's do birthdays.
Happy birthday to you.
Listen, we have some good birthdays today, and I was in a whole vibe listening to some music before the show. Um, Actress Emmy Rossum, 39 years old today. And you know what occurred to me? How much she looks like Ariana Grande. Like they could be like cousins or something. I never noticed that before. But anyway, somebody who sparked a lot of wildness in the headlines recently. Sydney Sweeney is 28 years old today. I will say though, I really loved her in The Handmaid's Tale and her character and her ultimate demise on the show was just it was hard to watch. She did such a good job. Such a good job. Anyway, one of my favorites who passed away in 2013, Paul Walker, had a birthday today. RM from the band BTS is 31 years old today. Singer Kelsey Ballerini, 32 years old today. Singer and American Idol alum Jennifer Hudson is 44 years old today. The rapper Two Chains, not one, but two, is 48 years old today. George Jones, who also passed away in 2013, country singer, had a birthday today. Actor Robert John Burke is 65 years old today. The funny thing about him is it listed all of these amazing things that he's been in, but it did not list my favorite thing that I watched him in, which was the Stephen King movie Thinner. Have you seen that, Brittany?
No, I haven't seen it. Mm-mm.
Thinner is all about this guy who gets a curse put on him. He's a real big guy and he gets a curse put on him and he gets thinner and thinner, but he can't stop getting thinner. He's like literally skin and bones by the end of the movie. But Robert John Burke did such a good job playing that character because if you can't imagine, he's got obviously this big suit on at the beginning to play this huge, huge character. And then at the end, he's just like skin and bone. It's wild the transformation that he goes through in this movie. And to be able to act, to still have like the same personality, through the scenes, even though he looked so different, it was wild
Yeah.
to me. Hans Zimmer, composer for The Lion King and many other amazing films, 68 years old, and the great and wonderful Barry White, who passed away in 2003, had a birthday today. And then finally, the celebrities in my life, in our lives here on the Breakthrough Show Network, Bex Marie from Spirit Sessions has a birthday tomorrow. Happy
Woohoo.
birthday, Bex.
Happy
You don't have
birthday.
anybody today, right, Brittany?
No, I looked. I looked this time. I
She was
did.
prepared this time, and there was no one there, and that's sad. You guys should have done better.
Yeah.
Do better next time. All right. All of that said, here are our birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
dear Sydney Sweeney, Paul Walker, RM, Emmy Rossum, Kelsey Ballerini, Jennifer Hudson's 2 Chainz, George Jones, Robert John, Hans Zimmer, Barry White, and Bex Marie. Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I've got to get a t-shirt up for the Muppet Energy.
Muppet Energy, yeah.
Yeah, I got Muppet Energy activated or something. Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah.
It needs to go up. We do have new merch, by the way, you guys, but I'm going to be talking more about that on Monday's show. Because I have an announcement after this Monday or after this weekend. I'm going to be announcing it on Saturday. That's tomorrow. So be on the lookout. But the new merch goes with the announcement and all of that fun stuff. So be on the lookout for those things, everybody. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about what's happening on the network and in the community this coming weekend and start of next week. Let's do it. All right. Right after we leave here, you guys check in at 9:55. We have virtual co-working from 10 to 12. It's going to be amazing. Okay.
It is.
Amazing, guys. Yeah. Co-working, any of our community events, you can go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club and find the information there. It'll tell you in the calendar what room to go in and everything else, and you can meet us there. But it's all virtual from the comfort of your big fluffy couch.
Yeah.
Where it is. Not Brittany's, yours.
I might fall asleep on mine.
Coming up this afternoon, you guys, I am so pumped. At 1 p.m., we have a new episode of The Breakthrough Show with Dr. C.K. And we are very excited about this. Dr. Charity, she does so many things in her business. And she really works with people around being comfortable speaking English when that's not their first language in their business. And so she does a lot with that. She has incredible rooms on it within the software that we use for our community. And the one room that she did is a museum, and that's the room that really inspired me to take our space to the next level. So I'm excited. We're going to talk about so many things, including allowing yourself to shine in your business. And also, we're going to talk about our experience at the expo from last Tuesday. So join us for that 1 p.m. today. This afternoon, guys, I'm also really excited. I'm going to be going and having a little fancy drink with my friend Sarah. Sarah Roccasano from the Breakthrough Show Network is meeting me over in Mystic. So I'm really excited to see her this afternoon. And that'll be a lot of fun. Also, for those of you that have been following the homeschool news here in the state of Connecticut, we are having another live streamed webinar coming up this evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. You'll be able to see it here on YouTube, but you can also register. Just go over to Connecticut Homeschool Network on Facebook, and you'll see that post there where you can register for the event. We've got Soul Saturday morning coffee tomorrow. Pre and before that, our Saturday mornings vibes music. And then next week we've got Spirit Sessions, Project Joy, Show Me Your Nuts, Craft Circle. We have oh my god, we have a lot of things. Go to the
Just
Breakthrough Show
go
Network.
to the website. Yeah. Just
Go to
go.
the Breakthrough Show Network.club and check out all of the calendar because that's important. What are you working on right now, Miss Brittany?
Oh, so right now I am currently working on my second book, children's, the illustrations for a children's book. For actually with a school therapist out here that my daughter, it was so weird how it happened to meet, but that's what I'm currently working on. I, I don't, I have something else I'm working on behind the scenes, but I don't want to mention it until next month. So we'll wait until next month. But I have a lot of stuff up my sleeve, that so the best thing for you to do is just follow me to
Go.
see.
Sacred Yin Secrets on all the platforms, you guys. You can
Yeah.
find Brittany. Um, Anything you want to leave the people with about our topic today before we go?
Yeah, I just have, I said, maybe step into this season like trees, unapologetically vibrant, willing to let go, and trusting what next will be just as beautiful. So invite those colors into your life, use them intentionally to help you shift and just be the joy. There you go.
There it is. I thought you were going to say bloom and I was going to have to fall out again. And it was Thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you, Miss Brittany, for joining me. It's always a pleasure.
I love it here.
All right, guys, I'm Jessica Dugas. This is Project Joy Live. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. And like I said when the show started today, the truth is that in order to experience more joy in your life, you have to be willing. And so in order to be willing, one of the most amazing things you could do is show up here during Project Joy Live when we're here live. So all of that being said, I want to encourage you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
I've been trying, and I've been lifting myself.